I didn't realize the highway remembered me until it started tapping under the asphalt, in sync with my heartbeat. If you've ever driven alone at night and felt the road was alive, trust me, you're about to understand exactly what that feels like. Stay with me. I was driving through Nevada, alone, on a stretch of desert highway so straight it looked like it went on forever. The night was dry and still, but not quiet. Not just quiet, silent. My tires made no sound on the asphalt, the wind didn't whistle past the windows, and the hum of my engine felt distant, like it belonged to someone else. I noticed the lane lines first. Too bright. Too thick. Almost wet, like the road had been painted while I wasn't looking. The air inside the car felt heavy, pressurized, and even the smell of the leather seats seemed wrong, sharp, metallic, like iron. My pulse kicked in, but the road kept moving forward, stretching and bending just slightly beneath me, almost breathing. When I checked my speedometer, the numbers jumped: 62, 74, 39, back and forth, never steady. The car felt normal, but the digits kept changing, flickering in sync with the lane lines passing beneath me. It was like the road was correcting me, judging me, mocking me. I pulled over, trying to shake the feeling, but the tires still made no sound. Then I heard it, tapping. A faint knock under the asphalt, perfectly rhythmic, matching my heartbeat. Knock, knock, knock. I rubbed my temples and got back on the road, trying to convince myself it was a trick of the mind. And then I saw it. Another car, the first I'd seen all night. Same model as mine. Same color. And when I got closer, I realized it had my bumper sticker. My car. Ahead of me. Inside, the driver's silhouette moved exactly as I did, scratching, adjusting, stretching. But the hands on its wheel were wrong, thin, elongated, shadow-like, more fingers than flesh. I sped up, but the lane lines bent slightly toward me, the reflectors glowed red, and the tapping under the road got faster, louder, urgent. My heart thudded. My headlights caught the driver's face. My face. But wrong. Eyes drowned in darkness, dirt smeared across my shirt, a bruise along my temple. And then it hit me, last summer, this same highway. A crash I'd walked away from. Someone left behind. Someone calling, pleading. I hadn't stopped. I hadn't heard. The tapping exploded into pounding boom. 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 The road remembered. The highway remembered. Every sin I had tried to ignore, every voice I had refused to hear, it was all here, alive beneath me. The other me stepped out of the car. Limbs too loose, unnatural, puppet-like, learning how to move. I tried to back up, but the engine died. My reflection smiled, my mouth, my expression, twisted. Everything went black. I woke up in the driver's seat of the wrecked car, broken, forgotten, the one I had abandoned. Outside, the real car was gone, driving itself somewhere I could never follow. And some nights, in the endless desert quiet, I still hear it, the tapping under the asphalt, asking me why I left myself there, why I never listened, why I never stopped. The road never forgets. And neither does it forgive. I didn't think time could get stuck. Not in real life. But that night on Highway 93, the world froze inside a single minute, and something inside it came looking for me. It started with the radio. Long drive, empty desert, nothing but stars and busted asphalt. I was scanning stations out of boredom when the static dipped low, like someone exhaled right into the speaker. Then a voice whispered through the swirl. "Don't let him reach you." I slammed the dial off. Chalked it up to fatigue. Long shifts mess with you, you know? But when I glanced at the dashboard clock, I swear the numbers flickered between 140 and 140. No movement, no seconds ticking. Just stuck. I laughed it off. Told myself it was a glitch. Then the silence hit. Not normal silence, dead silence. Engine muted, tires quiet, wind gone. I rolled down the window and heard absolutely nothing, like the world had been sucked dry. That's when I saw the rest stop. I'd driven this stretch so many times I knew every sign, every gas station, every billboard. This building wasn't here yesterday. Or last week. Or ever. No cars. No lights in the windows. Just a faint glow coming from inside, the exact same dull yellow as my dashboard clock. I tried to keep driving, but the wheel pulled left, slow and steady, like someone stronger than me was guiding it. I fought it, knuckles white, but the car drifted on its own until the tires hit the gravel in front of that building. Inside the rest stop, the air was stale and wrong. Fluorescent lights buzzed but didn't light anything. Shadows were too heavy, sticking to corners like wet tar. The vending machine hummed with a low metallic groan, the exact pitch of the radio static. A soda can dropped on its own. No one had touched it. The sound echoed down a hallway I hadn't noticed before, long, narrow, flickering like a film reel burning. I should have left. I should have run. But something inside that hallway moved. A shape. A ripple. Like a person made of smoke, stretched thin by gravity. And behind it, footsteps. Heavy. Slow. Dragging. Then that same voice, closer now. "He's almost here." My body reacted before my brain did. I bolted back to the car, slammed the door, jammed the key. Nothing. Engine dead. Lights dead. Clock still stuck on 1:40, like the world refused to move. The air inside chilled. Frost crawled up the windshield in branching patterns, shapes like skeletal fingers. Something pressed down on the hood, an invisible weight bending metal. Then another press. Then another. It was walking toward me. Not a man. Not anything living. Something that existed only inside the minute that doesn't move. A hunter of dead seconds. A thing that lives in the time we lose. The radio snapped on by itself, voice trembling. "If he reaches you, you stay here." I slammed the gear shift, and the engine came alive with a kick like it had been underwater. Gravel sprayed behind me as I tore out of the lot. The rest stop lights died instantly. For a second, everything was normal again. Then the dashboard clock flashed. 1:40, 1:40, 1:40. Refusing to change. And in my rearview mirror, far behind, barely visible under the desert moon, the rest stop was there again. Even though that building shouldn't exist. Even though I'd driven miles away. A tall, blurred figure stood under the flickering light. Facing the road. Facing me. Like it was waiting for the minute to freeze again. Time doesn't always move forward. Sometimes it traps you. Sometimes something lives inside the pause. And sometimes, it remembers your face. I don't believe in omens. But after that night, I learned that some roads don't take you anywhere. They take things from you. I was driving through northern Arizona, the kind of stretch where the highway is nothing but blacktop and moonlit rock. My GPS died miles back, my phone kept rebooting, and the radio was only static. I figured it was just another dead zone. But then the road changed. Not physically. The atmosphere did. The windshield suddenly fogged from the inside, even though the heater was off. The air felt heavy, like the space inside the car had shrunk. My ears popped, then went quiet, like someone had cupped their hands over them. That's when I noticed the mile markers. I'd passed mile 213 10 minutes earlier. But the sign I just drove by said 213 again. Then again. And again. 4 times. Each one looked older than the last, first normal, then rusted, then cracked, then bent backward like something tried to pull it out of the ground. I slowed down, confused at first, but confusion turned into fear when I checked my odometer. It read 0 miles. Like the trip had never started. I pressed the gas harder, trying to break the loop, but the fog inside the car thickened. My headlights dimmed to a sickly yellow. The road markings began to fade, like the paint was being swallowed by darkness. Then the billboards appeared. I hadn't seen a single one earlier, yet suddenly I passed 3 in less than a minute. First billboard. Black background. No text. Just a white arrow pointing straight. Second billboard. Same background. Same arrow, but this time it was lower, as if guiding something crawling. Third billboard. Still the black background, but the arrow was missing. Instead, in faint gray letters, "Don't stop." My stomach dropped. I didn't know who the message was for, me, or whatever the arrow was pointing at. The road dipped slightly and the fog outside the car parted for a moment, revealing something terrifying. There were no tire tracks behind me. No path at all. Just empty black surface, smooth, glassy, like the road was forming only a few feet ahead of me and erasing itself behind. I wasn't driving on a highway. I was driving inside something. The next mile marker appeared up ahead. 213. But this one was lying on the ground. Flattened. Not rusted. Not aged. Crushed like something massive had stepped on it. The dashboard lights flickered. The speedometer needle trembled. The fog inside the car spiraled like breath in reverse, being pulled instead of exhaled. Then I heard it. A scraping sound. Not from outside. From beneath the car. Slow. Metallic. Like claws dragging across the undercarriage. I slammed the gas. The car lurched forward, the scraping growing louder, faster, angrier. The fog whipped violently. The headlights flickered. And then, everything stopped. The fog cleared. The dashboard lights returned. The odometer reset to my original mileage. And the road suddenly forked into a normal highway again, with clear markings and real signs. Behind me, the stretch I came from was nothing but desert, no road, no markers, no billboards. Like it had never existed. I drove until sunrise without stopping once. And now, every time I pass mile 213 on any highway in any state, no matter what time of day, my odometer flickers. Just once. Like something is checking if I've come back.